I do what he says as long as I don't sacrifice any of my rights. Okay? I'm not there to argue with him. I'm there to win. Are you there to fight or are you there to win? I'm there to win. And so I spend a lot of time. I go into a facility. I have a standard joke I tell everybody. A lot of you have heard it before, but I'll tell it again. I go into a facility. There's always new faces anyway. They never seem to tell each other this joke. So it's always fresh to them. But I always say, you know, as I'm dealing with a clerk, or like I went over to a jail to see a prisoner, and there's the sheriff there, you know, guarding the entrance to the jail. And I just friendly with him, and I say, hey, did you hear about that big fight over at the federal court? This guy fighting his parking ticket? And of course, they always say, well, no, you know. And of course, it's kind of unbelievable anyway. Somebody's fighting a parking ticket in federal court. I say, oh, yeah. He says, I said, the guy went in there, and he argued and argued, and the judge finally got exasperated and said, well, Mr. So-and-so, he says, didn't you see the sign? And the guy says, yeah, Your Honor, I saw the sign. It said fine for parking. Let me tell you, that joke's short enough, targeted enough, they love it. Okay? Every one of them loves it. And that really is an icebreaker. And so when you go in, you talk to these people, be nice to them. You'll be amazed at how they'll accommodate you and so forth. It took me 4 days to get, Ron Boggs was in earlier talking about a lawsuit that got filed. And it took me 4 days to get that sucker filed because they never heard of a counterclaim. Okay? I mean, it was, so I accommodated. I called, okay, you want complaint? I'll put complaint on it. Remember, on your papers, titles do not count. What counts is the substance. You can call something a complaint, and it's actually a habeas corpus. Okay? So it doesn't matter what you call it. What does matter is the actual text in your action, whatever it is. So, sure, I had it all laid out properly, and then suddenly they didn't like this, they didn't like that, and I knew the guy wasn't hassling me. I knew he was just ignorant. But of course, you know, how do you educate somebody when they think you don't know? Okay? So I accommodated it, and we eventually got, and he says, well, you can't have such and such on there. So I take a black ink and I black it out. You know, redact. I did lots of redacting on it, okay? As long as the basic thing didn't get changed, we were fine. So now it's in. We'll see where it goes. In the meantime, we're suing judges, and DAs and public defenders are getting sued too. Got 28 defendants, by the way. So we